I want to introduce our amazing special guest, Ryland Correa. I said that properly? Okay,
yeah,
fantastic. So a little round of applause.
Yay, Ryland! Welcome.
Thank you very much.
And I'll let Ryland, you know what, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Ryland. I'm a brain tumor survivor. I was diagnosed when I was in kindergarten in about 2003. I've been through multiple surgeries and I've had debulkings to my tumor, and it's been stable for the last while after finishing a 1.5 years of chemo in grade 9. So that's where I'm at the moment.
And we're doing this, actually, it's an excellent class collaboration with the Pediatric Oncology Group of Ontario. Why don't you speak a little bit about POGO and I guess some of the work you've done with them?
POGO has helped out a lot in my journey. They've done so many things. There's so many outreach events. There's everything. And they've helped me get through many of my hard times. Just all the things that people say and all the stories they tell me, it helps out, you know?
Amazing.
So,
yes, everyone ready to start? Yeah.
Here we go.
All right. So we're going to start this first recipe. Very refreshing salad. And the only sort of electric tool or cooking tool you need is a kettle. So if you can, or a hot faucet,
of boiling water.
Something, yeah, that's going to give you some really hot water. That's all you really need to make this really delicious and hearty salad. And the key to that is a good pantry. I know Christy and I always talked about, you know, being organized in the kitchen, having a good stock pantry with a lot of dry goods. That's especially important for any student, for sure. You know, you don't have a lot of space.
No, not at all.
You might have a shared fridge, if that, and small. Yes. So having some great dry ingredients on hand, non-perishable ingredients, are great to sort of kickstart some delicious meals. And I think the star for sure for this recipe is our bulgur. Has anyone heard of bulgur before?
You guys tried bulgur? Show hands. Bulgur fans? All right, okay. People are into it.
Yes. So this is bulgur. You can get it in a few different varieties. They have like a fine grain bulgur that will make more of like a porridgey type of meal. For this salad, we're using a coarse bulgur, so it's a little bit bigger. It's a little bit more bite to it. But what I love about it is it is super simple to prepare. So I'm gonna put this in the bowl, show you how quick it is, and then Christy's gonna probably tell you how amazing this grain is as well. So to cook it, we're using 1 part of the bulgur. Whatever part you like, so if it's a cup, if it's a bowl, if it's
right, you don't need measuring cups.
Night,
just use a cup and put equal amounts of bulgur and water.
Last night's cereal bowl, whatever it is, into a glass bowl like this or any bowl. 1 part that to 1.5 parts of hot water. And that's where the tea kettle comes in. So are you allowed to have a tea kettle?
Yes,
I'm sure,
yes you are.
I'm sure you guys will. And so we're gonna do about 1.5 cups or so of the hot water.
Even in these hot and humid days that are coming, I don't feel like cooking. I'm thinking, this is gonna be a great recipe.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Great
Ryland,
summer
do you mind actually giving that just a little stir?
Absolutely.
Just to mix it up a little bit. And that's all you have to do. We're gonna cover that, and you can cover this with like a dish towel, you can cover it with a plate, even a little saran plastic wrap here. That's perfect, thanks Ryland.
No problem at all.
That's a common thing. People say, I don't have time to cook whole grains, 45 minutes to boil up some brown rice. With something like this, you're getting the benefits of your whole grains, and all you need is that hot water, and it's just going to absorb whatever liquid you put in.
And so by covering it on top, it's going to trap the steam in, and it's just going to help it absorb the liquid. So with this recipe, it's as simple as, again, hot water, but because bulgur absorbs whatever liquid you put into it, what are some other things that you can add that'll add, just kick it up a little more with flavor? You can put some spices in there, absolutely. The liquid itself can change. It doesn't have to be water. It can be a broth.
Broth would be great.
Right?
A little orange
Tomato
juice.
juice.
Tomato juice.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely. You can even do this as more of a porridgey type of recipe. You can put like hot milk in there.
That's true.
That'll absorb
Our cream.
all of that as
Our
well.
cream as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Delicious.
Yes,
So
yes, it would.
it takes about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the type of the bulgur, how hot the water is. This will be done by the time we finish the salad, which is fantastic. So even in between study sessions, you can probably pop this off in the corner of the room, and then we get to go. And now we're gonna make the rest of the salad. We're gonna do this together.
Okay.
This is a fattoush salad. So if you've never heard of fattoush salad before, it's like a Middle Eastern salad that has different vegetables, usually tomatoes and cucumbers, but usually any seasonal vegetable, and then torn pieces of like pita or some sort of stale bread. And you'll find that sort of type of recipe in many cultures. And it's a great way to
using up your
use up all
leftovers,
extra ingredients.
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, not making any food waste.
Definitely.
So we're gonna cut up some tomatoes here. I have some radishes too, some onion, and we're gonna start making our salad.
Well, you guys are slicing and dicing away. As promised, I'm going to talk about our bulgur wheat and some of the health benefits.
Yeah.
So for 1 cup of bulgur, you're getting 8 grams of fiber. Compare that to the same amount of brown rice, it's double the amount of fiber.
Yes. And so Rylan and I did a pretty quick job putting this salad together. The lovely thing about it is it's, just big chunks is sort of the best thing about it. And uneven, irregular, so you don't have to spend a lot of time. And really whatever you have in the fridge.
Exactly,
if you have a cucumber, throw it in there. If you have some broccoli, sure, whatever. And like Christy mentioned, we're adding some beans to this. So again, another great sort of pantry item to have. You can throw a few cans of this under your bed and you're,
definitely
whenever you need them.
For a little snack for later.
Yeah, absolutely, good to go. So we're gonna throw some of those white kidney beans on there. The key to, I think, any great fattoush is mint. I think mint in this salad really makes it nice and fresh, but you can use whatever fresh herb you want. So we have some parsley and mint here. And Ron, if you want to just like tear it up.
Absolutely.
So again, really easy. And then while Rylan's doing that, we're gonna put the dressing together. Again, we're using, whatever we have in hand. A mason jar, I think, is perfect for this, and it's easy to sort of wash and store away. And we're gonna add a very simple dressing, some lemon juice. So squeeze. This is, we're struggling with this lemon here.
It's not a juicy lemon.
It's not as juicy as
You want me to add all of it?
Add it all, absolutely,
Okay.
Yeah, the more fresh herbs, the better.
That's right.
It's gonna be delicious.
And so for this dressing, we have a little bit of lemon juice. We're gonna add a little bit of olive oil. And this is another tool that I would recommend to have in the kitchen, so multi-purpose, and especially when you're gonna be learning how to,
everything.
The most incredible knife skills at culinary school. Not every person is, not every student is, and even a lot of people at home maybe aren't the most comfortable with their knives. So I'm going to show you a series of graters today because I think graters are great to have.
Graters are great.
Around the house because it does a lot of the prep work for you, right? So this is a fine grater. We call this a rasp. It has very fine blades, so you can get really nice minces. You can grate things like ginger, nutmeg, fantastic zest off of citrus, Parmesan cheese. Great tool to have. So, Rylan, if you don't mind,
absolutely,
we're gonna grate 1 clove of garlic into this jar. You can do it right on the cutting board first, and then put it in there. And the garlic is gonna make you really popular at school.
Yes.
Definitely
have to shower extra.
Yeah, have a few cloves on hand. And then this is sumac. Not every student is going to bring sumac with them into the dorm room, but this is something
Ryland will have it.
Definitely I will.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So this is a berry that is dried and pulsed into like a powder, and it has this very citrusy sort of taste and aroma, almost like a mix between a lemon and like red wine vinegar. So it has this beautiful flavor, and I'm going to pass it around so that you can smell it. Don't get too close, because like vinegar, it'll actually over-perfume your nasals.
Do a light waft.
Little waft. But it adds a ton of flavor, so and you don't need too much. But we're going to go with a couple teaspoons in there. Yeah, this is just enough. And I'm going to pass this around here. This is sumac. Have you ever heard of za'atar, which is another spice, a blend from usually you see in the Middle East. It has oregano, maybe some sumac is usually a component of that, some toasted sesame seeds, thyme, and I think the key to that is the sumac. It has this really nice sort of citrusy flavor. So garlic in, fantastic job.
Thank you.
You've passed already.
I'm glad.
So that's our dressing. Lemon juice, olive oil,
Very nice.
the garlic you grated, a little bit of sumac.
Yes.
And now you're gonna be shaking this
Absolutely.
up.
Woohoo!
Yes! Love it.
Not tight enough.
Yeah. He looked confident. I didn't feel like I needed to
I felt
step away.
something coming onto me, you know?
I know. Good shake.
Perfect.
So,
Fantastic.
and what are you doing with the dressing when you're shaking it?
You mix it and combine all the ingredients together in the
Exactly.
dressing.
You're combining it, you're emulsifying
Yeah.
so that you don't end up with like a vinegary bite and then an oily bite.
Or like salt patches.
Yeah, that's never.
That would not be fun.
Or the whole garlic clove.
Oh,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be good.
So if you don't mind dressing this
Absolutely.
here, and I'm gonna show everyone else our bulgur, which is pretty much ready. I'd probably give it another couple minutes, but we've got a show to run here. But you can see how it's starting to absorb that liquid that we put in there, and it's fluffing up. And yeah, again, in about another couple minutes,
Perfect.
it'll absorb all that water. But this is ready to go. We're gonna put it onto our plate. And this is, again, you know, if you have a rice cooker and you can do rice pretty quickly, but you're never gonna do it as fast and as convenient as something like this. It's not your typical student meal.
Definitely not. Definitely not.